Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Karthikeyan, moderator for the earnings conference call. Welcome to Connplex Cinemas Limited H1 FY26 earnings conference call. We have with us today from the management, Mr. Anish Patel, Managing Director, and Mr. Rahul Dhyani, Joint Managing Director. As a reminder, all participants will be in listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touch-tone telephone. Please note, this conference is recorded. I would now like to hand over the floor to Mr. Arpit Mundra, EY team, for the cautionary statement. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Karthik. Good afternoon, everyone. On the behalf of the management, I am pleased to welcome you all to Connplex Cinema Limited earnings conference call to discuss the H1 FY26 financial results. Today, from the management side, we have with us Mr. Anish Patel, Managing Director, and Mr. Rahul Dhyani, Joint MD. Please note, a copy of all the disclosure is available in the investor section of the website as well as on the stock exchange. Anything said on this call which reflects the outlook for the future or which could be construed as a forward-looking statement must be reviewed in conjunction with the risks that the company faces. Now, I shall hand over the call to Rahul sir for his opening remarks. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Arpit, for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Connplex Cinemas' first ever earnings conference call following our successful public listing. We are delighted to have you with us today to discuss our performance for the first half of FY26. This has been a truly landmark period of Connplex, not only because we debuted as a listed company, but also due to our strong operational and strategic progress across multiple areas. We concluded our board meeting yesterday, and the investor presentation has been uploaded on the stock exchange and on our company website. I hope you have had a chance to go through it. I am Rahul Dhyani, Joint Managing Director of the Connplex Cinemas. Over the years, I have been leading the company's vision of building India's own smart and luxury cinema chain that delivers smart, immersive, and memorable entertainment experiences. With extensive experience in franchising, marketing, and developing cinemas, our focus continues to be on expanding our presence, deepening customer engagement, and delivering sustained value for all stakeholders. Let me take you through the key operational business highlights. Connplex delivered strong momentum in H1 FY26, adding 17 new screens to CAGR growth of 66%, with several more in advanced stages and expected to open in the second half of the financial year. Once unit occupancy certificates are received, with this as on view, our total portfolio stands at 31 cinemas, comprising 83 screens and 6,831 seats across 9 states. Further strengthening our pan-India presence during H1 FY26, we welcomed 12.16 lakh viewers, representing a growth of 69% year-on-year occupancy levels, improved to 32% from 30% last year, reflecting both robust content performance and our focused footfall enhancing initiatives. Our average ticket price grew 6% year-on-year to rupees 243 from rupees 229, while food and beverages spend per head stood at rupees 94. Advertising revenue also maintained strong traction, up to 107% year-on-year to rupees 112.38 lakhs. The company continued expanding its screen network across Tier 1, 2, 3, and 4 cities, adding 6 screens in Tier 1, 2 screens in Tier 2, and 9 screens in Tier 3, while broadening its content mix to include blockbuster, regional, international, and alternative entertainment formats, including group booking and private events. In H1 FY26, the company added 8 screens in Express model, 3 screens in Signature model, and 6 screens in luxurious model. The Indian box office witnessed a strong revival during the first half of the year, with 20+ films crossing the 100 crore mark and overall collection rising 15% year-on-year. Big hits like Saiyara, Coolie, War 2, Maha Avatar, Narasimha, Houseful 5, and Sitare Zameen Par reaffirmed that content quality is driving audience choices more than ever before, while star-driven titles such as Choli LLB 3, Raid 2, Kesari Chapter 2 also performed impressively. This balanced trend between content lead and star lead success reinforces a positive long-term industry outlook. Looking ahead, the pipeline for upcoming releases remains very encouraging, with an exciting mix of multi-language blockbusters such as De De Pyar De 2, 120 Bahadur, Tere Ishq Mein, Avatar, Fire and Ash, Border 2, Mardani 3, Love and War, and many more expected to sustain strong footfalls in the coming quarters. As we look to the future, our focus remains clear and create long-term stakeholders value to innovate responsibly and to grow sustainably. With this, I would like to hand over the call to Mr. Anish Patel, Managing Director, who will take you through the financial performance of the company. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul. Good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to Connplex Cinemas Limited H1 FY26 conference call. It's a pleasure to connect with you all and present our financial results for the first half of FY26. The detailed investor presentation has already been made available on the stock exchange and our website for your reference. I'm Anish Patel, Managing Director of Connplex Cinemas Limited. With over 6 years of experience in the entertainment industry and a strong IT background, I've been leading Connplex growth journey centered on innovation, operational excellence, and customer satisfaction. Connplex Cinemas specialized in developing and maintaining high-quality cinema properties, entering into franchisee partnerships, and distributing films. Our asset-light franchise model enables rapid network expansion with limited capital investment, supported by diverse revenue streams across ticket sale, food and beverages, advertising, and private events. Our cinemas are designed to provide a premium movie viewing experience, featured advanced recliner seats, cutting-edge sound system, and high-definition projection technology. With our focus on quality, innovation, and accessibility, Connplex is steadily strengthening its position as a leading player in India's entertainment industry. Now, let me give you the key highlight of our financial performance for H1 FY26. So, our revenue grew by 57% year-on-year to 6,406 lakhs, driven by strong growth in ticket sale, food and beverages revenue, space rental, private events, and advertising income. EBITDA increased by 39% year-on-year to 1,786 lakhs during the period. EBITDA margins stood at 27.87%, a decline of 366 BPS year-on-year, primarily due to higher operational and expansion-related costs. Our PAT grew by 36% year-on-year to 1,305 lakhs, with PAT margin at 20.4% compared to 23.6% in the same period last year. These results reflect Connplex's strong operational execution, expanding footprints, and continued focus on sustainable growth through our differentiated cinema experience and efficient franchise model. That concludes with an update to the financial highlights of the company. I shall now request the moderator to open the floor for question and answer session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you have a question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad and wait for your turn to ask the question. If you would like to withdraw your request, you may do so by pressing star and 1 again. The first question comes from the line of Hardik Gandhi from HPMG Shares and Securities. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So congratulations on an absolute set of numbers. Just a few questions. Wanted to know what was our revenue from the EPC or just making the cinemas, just the construction part of it for the H1.
So revenue from making of cinema for the H1 for 26 is 29.86 crores.
Understood. And what do you expect the ramp up to be for the next H2? Because I saw that we have an aim of adding approximately more 60 to 70 cinemas in the next 1.5 year. So will it be equally spread out for the next 1.5 year, or are we ramping up post IPO?
So in this year, we have projected 60 to 70 screens, not a cinemas. Okay. So one
Correct.
cinemas has 3 screens. Okay.
Correct.
So
So again,
currently,
yeah.
in H1 we have started 17 screens and more 16 screens are ready. We are awaiting for the licensing part. Okay.
Okay. So have we received the revenue, the construction revenue for the same in H1, or is it pending and it will be in H2 for the additional screens?
Partly revenue has been recognized.
Understood. And what will be our strategy going forward for the upcoming screens, and how do you see the revenue shifting? Because I think right now it is 50-50 between the making as well as the franchisee fees. So going forward, when do you see the franchisee revenues kicking in strongly, and then the making just being the smaller part of the chunk?
And sir, both will increase. If we making a cinema day by day, then the making of cinema income will also be increased. And if it becomes operational, then operational income will also be increased.
I'm aware of that, but I'm just asking that in the next 1.5 year, we have the strategy of adding new screens, right? So that will weigh heavily on our revenue. But at the same time, the franchisee fee will be the more recurring part of it. Correct? So when will that happen, and by when do we anticipate our...
It is not recurring income. It will be one time per screen, one time income. So it will not be a recurring income.
The franchisee fee will be the recurring income, and the construction thing will be a one-time income, correct?
No. Franchisee fee and making of income, making of cinema, income from making of cinema, both are one-time income. The recurring income will be our selling of tickets, selling of F&B and advertisement income. That will be our recurring income.
Understood.
Royalty income generating from the selling of tickets and sale of F&B will be our recurring income.
Understood. So, and what would be the price differential between us and PVR if we were to compare? Any estimate?
So the price difference in terms of ticket price?
Yes, average ticket price.
So the average ticket price is more or less, we don't have much difference with the other cinema chains. So they have around 250 and we are around 246, 243. So more or less we are in parity with the average ticket price.
Correct.
With the multiplex.
Sir, but do we anticipate us decreasing this average ticket price compared to PVR in a way to capture the market, or do you see that this is without changing the average ticket price, we will be able to sustain and have the same market share in this cinema industry?
So year-on-year, every ticket price will keep on increasing, keeping the inflation in mind. And ticket price should not go down. And ticket price is basically dynamic, so in weekend it automatically increases. It increases in blockbuster movies also. So eventually ticket price year-on-year, we have seen a growth in our ticket price, and it will keep on growing, I think.
Understood. So no specific strategies to, gain the audience against PVR.
See, I'll tell you, Connplex is basically like, rather than cannibalism, we have a separate market for us. So a lot of cinemas are there into that town where there was a very old cinema or there is no cinema.
Right.
So we tap the untapped and underserved market precisely, basically. So, cannibalism is not there, and price sensitive, rather than price sensitive, we should be service sensitive. I mean, service oriented.
Understood.
So at Connplex, we believe in giving personalized services and a good experience to the viewer with a wow factor. And for that, I think price compromise won't be needed.
Okay. Understood. That's it from my end. All the best, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Divya Shah from Nexus Equities. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Sir,
Yes,
thank you for the opportunity. I wanted to ask you, what is the cost setup difference between the normal theater and the Connplex cinema? Means, do we have any upper end in that or not?
The difference between? I'm sorry?
If I want to set up a normal theater and if I want to set up another theater, which is mini theater as Connplex, so is there any difference between that? Like, suppose if I want to set up a normal theater, it will be...
Yes, sir. There is a lot of difference, and that is why we are a new age cinema with a lot of cinetech things in our company. So normally, typically, when you make a multiplex, you need around 30,000-40,000 square feet carpet place, carpet real estate with 30 feet height, and there is a lot of capex involved into it. Though that capex will be of a good help when there is a blockbuster, but eventually so the capex involved is around 10-12 crore. You need a huge space. There is a lot of OPEX also, around 15-20 lakhs per month operating cost. And compared to that, at Connplex, we just develop a cinema which is into 7,000 square feet area, more or less. So, I mean, compared to multiplex, where the rentals are 30 lakhs around, with a OPEX of 15 lakhs, making it a 45 lakhs OPEX per month. Connplex is all about 4 lakh rental for a 7,000 square feet and around 70-75 seats per auditorium, and every cinema has 3 auditorium. So the average occupancy what India receives, we make cinemas in according to that only. So if there are, say, the average occupancy says there are 70 people watching a movie at a given time, we make cinemas with only 70 seats, making us more unable to, having a lesser number of empty seats.
Okay.
So Connplex is about a very smart capex OPEX model, and we have almost no gestation period once we start the cinema.
Okay, I got it.
Hello?
Yeah, I got your answer. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also had another question, if you don't mind. What is the profit split between franchise model and Connplex?
So, sir, we have a 80-20 ratio. We are giving 80% to the franchisee and 20% keeping as a royalty. out of ticket sales and food and beverages sales, and advertisement also.
Okay. Okay, that's it from my end. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Uzair Larry from Alexa Financial Advisory. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Hello, sir. Congrats on good set of numbers. So I have a question related to the EBITDA margin. So if we compare the margins on half-yearly basis, so in H1 25, your margins were at 31.5%, and in this H1 FY26, it came down to 27.8%. So any thoughts on that? And also, sir, since we have an asset-light business model, so going forward, are these margins sustainable, or can we expect a further margin expansion?
Yes, sir. Well, EBITDA margin is increasing more. So we have achieved 26 crore of EBITDA in the financial year 2025, and we have achieved 17.86 crores EBITDA in the first half year 26. So in terms of percentage, we have achieved 27.9% as compared to 27.5%. So it is increasing, and day by day it will increasing.
Well, I was comparing it on half-yearly basis. Like in H1 FY25, the margins were at 31.5%, and this H1 FY26, it is down at 27.8%. So I was comparing it on a half-yearly basis.
Okay. Sir, it can be varied because we are running both model. We are generating a revenue from making a cinema, and we are also getting a revenue from the operational part, that is the sale of ticket and sale of F&B and advertisement income. So in the case where the movies blockbuster movies will come, then operational part will be much bigger than the making of cinema. So it can be very depending on the operational revenue and making of cinema revenue. So it can be vary up to 3 to 4%, but not more than that.
Okay, got it. And sir, are these margins sustainable going ahead, or can we further expect margin expansion since we have asset-light business model?
Looking to the current scenario, we hope it will be sustainable.
Okay. And sir, just one last question. Do we have any sort of seasonality, like H2 is better than H1 due to festive season and all? So any comment on that?
It's all depend upon content. अगर मूवी अच्छी आएगी तो ऑटोमेटिक टिकट बिकने वाली है, एंड फेस्टिवल सीजन अच्छी जाती है सर.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Ashok Diora from SSA. Please go ahead.
Yes,
hello, this is Ashok. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah. Good afternoon. I'd like to understand and I'd first like to compliment the increasing revenue and profitability of the organization. So thank you for that. But I was looking at OCF, operating cash flow, compared to compared to the profits, it is not percentage-wise, it's much less. So I noticed that the inventory and the receivables have gone up. Can you kindly help us to understand?
Can you please repeat? I didn't understand your question.
I was referring to the cash flow of the financials and
yes.
the operating cash flow, the OCF.
Yes.
Before taxes is relatively on a percentage basis of the profits, it is much less. It could be a higher percentage. The reason I notice is that the inventory has gone up and also the receivables have gone up.
Yes.
So can you help us to understand why, how can this OCF be improved?
Because of that, yes, sir. Yes, it's because of, sir, company is in expansion mode and company is now aggressively doing the making of cinemas and start doing purchasing more and more material at a very cost effective price. So it will be benefit to the it will be the benefit in the next half year.
Okay. So thank you for
that. That's why our operational profit is less as compared to our actual profit. Sorry, operational cash flows is less as compared to operational profit because of our we have invested our funds into more working capital.
Okay, got it. So it's a planned activity.
Yes, it's a planned activity.
Okay, great. Thank you. Also, when coming to this franchise agreement, can you highlight the significant clauses which would, which would be of interest to Connplex, and any negatives in the agreement, which like penalties, etc., are also there in the agreements?
So definitely there will be penalties in our franchise agreement. But normally we, over a period, we have learned a lot, and now for every franchisee, we prefer that as a company, we take the deals first, and then we submit it to the franchisee, so that once the theater starts performing good, the franchisee doesn't try to get out of the agreement. But eventually, we have a good repeat ratio in our franchisee. Almost out of this 88 operational screens, we have around 24 screens which are being repeated by the franchisee. So we have a good 25% repeat ratio in our franchisee. That reveals the strong support by the brand and the operational support as well as the brand support by the company. So it's a very win-win model for the franchisee also. And we have almost just one franchisee over a period of 3 years, which has been, which we eventually said no to him. Otherwise, all of our franchisees are pretty old with us, and so they don't have any much issues with us. Otherwise, definitely we have a strong agreement with some penalty clauses and everything. But a control over real estate, a control over finance, which keeps the bonding strong, and a lot of control over the technology from the company side, which keeps the franchisee intact, and he doesn't feel like going out of the agreement. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank
you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question, please press star and 1 on a telephone keypad. The next question comes from the line of Sheetal Sadhu from Anubhuti Advisory LLP. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, I wanted to ask that our receivable days are going significantly up. So if I may compare from FY24, it was around 25 days. In March 25, it went up to 50, and currently in September, if we calculate, it is around 60 days. So what is the reason that receivable days are going up, whereas we settle on a weekly basis with the franchisee partner, or we are getting on the ticket is on a day-to-day basis model. So how is that happening? That I wanted to understand.
Yes, sir. There is a 2 part of income. One part is our operational income, and second part is our making of cinema. In the case of operational income, we are settling our franchisees dues within a week time. So if a franchisee generates a revenue of 100 rupees, and so we are giving them their share on the basis of weekly performance. So in that case, the calculations parts and the procedural parts may take 2 to 3 days. So that amount will keep within 10 to 15 days of a time of in debtors era. And in the case of making of cinema, in case मेकिंग ऑफ सिनेमा में क्या होता है कि जैसे हमारी टीम कहीं पे भी उतरती है तो वहां पे जो इनकम रहती है उसमें मतलब हमें सपोज हमारी टीम को वहां से सपोज किसी का पैसा अगर थोड़ा प्लस माइनस आता है कोई भी फ्रेंचाइजी का जो हमने डेज फिक्स किया है कि जैसे हमने 15th ऑफ एवरी मंथ उसका इंस्टॉलमेंट रिसीव मतलब तारीख डेट डिसाइड किया है और वो सपोज 20 या 30th को पैसा देता है तो हमारी टीम को हम ये नहीं बोल सकते कि वहां से रिज्यूम मतलब पैकअप करके दूसरी जगह पे चले जाए। तो इन दैट केस भी हम क्या करते हैं कि वहां पे अपना काम कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं तो उतने टाइम तक हमारा पैसा वहां पे इन्वेस्ट रहता है तो ऐसे उसको हम डेटर्स में दिखाते हैं तो वो पैसा 2 to 3 मंथ्स में आ जाता है। और हमें अभी रैपिड ग्रोथ करने के लिए एक्सपांशन करने के लिए ये स्ट्रेटेजी तो अपनानी पड़ेगी।
Okay, so sir, purely for that part of business, which is the setting up of cinema, etc. So for that part, what would be the debtor days?
It may vary upon 45 to 60 days.
Okay.
Depending upon our mutual understanding.
Okay, okay. Got it, sir. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Shruti Malpani from ART-AAF. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Hello. Yeah. So firstly, I'd like to ask, can you please help with what attributed to the fall in long-term loans and advances from 2.5 crore to 11 lakh?
Yes, well, that's regarding our 2.5 crore. We have given advances to one premise owner for taking a franchisee on our franchisee on our role, but that was shown or converted as a that was transferred in the property plants and equipments as a assets under construction, capital WIP.
So like we have an asset light model. So how does that translate over there? Like all the assets are on the franchisor's book, or how does that work? Can you please help me with that?
नहीं, ये एक केस के अंदर हमने एक फ्रेंचाइजी लेने के लिए मतलब अपने एसेट्स को बिल्डअप करने के लिए हमने एडवांसेस दिए थे। सो उस केस में हम अभी आगे बढ़ रहे हैं तो उसको कैपिटल सोसाइटी में हमने शिफ्ट किया है, जस्ट वन केस के अंदर।
ओके, अच्छा, ओके, गॉट इट। सर एक थोड़ी लाइक क्लैरिटी, हमारे PPE में what type of things are covered and inventory, थोड़ा इन दो में I have doubt कि क्या क्या कवर होता है separately in both of these.
Yes, मोस्टली उसमें फर्स्ट नंबर में आता है हमारे सारे सिनेमास के प्रोजेक्टर। जो भी सिनेमास हमारे फ्रेंचाइजी में रन करते हैं उसके वहाँ पे जो प्रोजेक्टर लगते हैं वो हमारी बुक्स में, हमारी एसेट्स है तो हमारी बुक्स में वो रिकॉर्ड होते हैं। नंबर 2, उसमें वहाँ पे जो टेक्निकल इक्विपमेंट्स या इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इक्विपमेंट्स लगते हैं, जैसे कि वो पाइन लैब्स के मशीन लगते हैं या POS मशीन लगते हैं या फिर कॉफी मशीन लगते हैं, तो कंप्यूटर्स लगते हैं, तो वो सारे हमारे बुक्स में आते हैं। तो वो हमारी एसेट्स है, वो हमारा टेक्नोलॉजिकल इन्वेस्टमेंट है। और दूसरी चीज कुछ हमारी जैसे HO ऑफिस है या फिर कोई स्टेट ऑफिस है तो वहाँ पे जो हमने फर्नीचर्स लिए है वगैरह है, और कंपनी के अंदर जो व्हीकल्स है वो है।
ओके, तो फ्रेंचाइजी से तो टेक्निकल वाले सारे इक्विपमेंट्स है हमारी बुक में।
यस यस।
ओके, एंड देन फिर इन्वेंट्री में
इन्वेंट्री में हम जो फ्रेंचाइजी का पूरा सेटअप जो करते हैं, जैसे हमने चेयर मंगवाई है, एसी मंगवाया है, कारपेट्स मंगवाते हैं, साउंड सिस्टम मंगवाते हैं, तो कर्टेन्स मंगवाते हैं, तो उसको क्या है हम एक जगह पे प्रॉपरली स्टोर करते हैं। जैसे कई जगह पे क्या होता है कि जैसे यहाँ पे हमारा जो सेंट्रल प्रोक्योरिंग होता है वो प्रॉपरली कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव प्राइस में मिलता है, लेकिन अगर हम बिहार में कहीं सिनेमा बनाने जाए और वहाँ पे हमें कोई सपोज जरूरत पड़ी लकड़े की या प्लाई की, तो वहाँ पे वो लोकल वेंडर हमें वो जो परचेसिंग रहेगा हमारा वो महंगा रहेगा। तो हम क्या है सेंट्रल प्रोक्योरमेंट करते हैं और उसके बाद जैसे ही वहाँ पे सिनेमा बनना स्टार्ट होता है वहाँ से हम इन्वेंट्री सेंड करवाते हैं।
तो सर वो मतलब लॉजिस्टिक्स का कॉस्ट भी तो रहता ही होगा, हम सेंट्रल प्रोक्योरमेंट से कर रहे हैं तो मतलब डज नॉट दैट क्रॉस आउट?
नहीं, लेकिन वो कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव ज्यादा है कंपेयर टू लोकल हम रिटेल प्राइस में परचेस करते हैं।
ओके, एंड मतलब सर इन सारे आइटम्स में इतना मतलब प्राइस की कोई सीजनैलिटी तो है नहीं, तो फिर भी जैसे आई थिंक अभी हम बात कर रहे थे कि आपने भी कम्पिटिटिव रेट्स में ऑलरेडी अक्वायर कर मतलब ये ले लिए है फॉर इन्वेंट्री, तो मतलब इसका हम इतना स्टॉक अप क्यों रख रहे हैं? मतलब दीज आर नॉट प्राइस सेंसिटिव कि एवरी 1 or 3 months इनकी प्राइसेस वोलेटाइल होती है?
उसमें रीजन है जैसे हमारे जो भी चेयर्स हम मंगवाते हैं थिएटर में फिक्स करते हैं, उसके ऊपर हर एक चेयर के ऊपर हमारा एक पर्सनलाइज्ड सिंबल हम एम्बोस्ड करते हैं कॉन्प्लेक्स का, तो वो प्रोसेस करने के लिए हमारे वहाँ पे ही हम प्रोसेस करते हैं। दूसरा वो बल्क ऑर्डरिंग पहले करना पड़ता है और उसके बाद हमको प्रोसेस करवानी पड़ती है। नंबर 2, हमारे जितने भी कर्टेन्स रहते हैं या हमारी जितने भी कारपेट्स रहते हैं सब जगह पे हम कॉन्प्लेक्स का लोगो एम्बोस्ड करवाते हैं, प्रिंट करवाते हैं या लगवाते हैं, तो ऐसे हमारा ब्रांडिंग भी बढ़ेगा और ब्रांड स्टैंडर्ड के हिसाब से हम ये करते हैं। तो उस केस के हमें क्या रहता है कि हमें पहले इन्वेंट्री को पहले हमारे वहाँ पे लाना पड़ता है, उसके बाद इसको ये प्रोसेस करवाने के बाद हम फ्रेंचाइजी को भेज सकते हैं।
Got it, sir. So one more question. We had raised IPO funds for buying LEDs and capex जो हमारा था, तो उसमें से like out of 24 CR, 23 CR is still unutilized. So what's the planning for that? क्योंकि screens तो I think काफी open हो ही रही है.
Yes. अभी उसमें आपने देखा होगा कि हमारा फंड्स जो हमारे पास मतलब आईपीओ जो डेट थी वो 14 अगस्त थी और उसके बाद हमारे पास फंड्स मिलने में जो हमारे पास मतलब इफेक्टिवली हमने यूज करना स्टार्ट किया वो तकरीबन 25 to 30 डेज इतना रहा था। तो उस केस के अंदर हमने 30 डेज में 1 crore 40 lakhs का यूटिलाइजेशन किया है फॉर परचेसिंग अवर टेक्नोलॉजिकल पार्ट एलईडी और प्रोजेक्टर। लेकिन अगर हमें ये सेकंड हाफ ईयर जो है उसमें हम देखेंगे तो उसका यूजेज ज्यादा रहेगा और हमने ऑर्डरिंग भी करना शुरू कर दिया है।
ओके, सो कैन मतलब जो 26 का यूटिलाइजेशन है उसके बाद का मतलब कैसे रहेगा फॉर दिस 23 CR? मतलब पूरा 23 CR हम FY20 सेकंड हाफ में कर लेंगे यूटिलाइज या नहीं नेक्स्ट ईयर?
नहीं, उसमें डिपेंडिंग मतलब अपन जो जितने भी सिनेमा जैसे बनते रहते हैं तो सब में प्रोजेक्टर लगता ही है, तो जैसे जैसे सिनेमा बनते जाएंगे उतना यूटिलाइजेशन होता जाएगा।
तो एक प्रोजेक्टर का कॉस्ट क्या है?
एक प्रोजेक्टर का कॉस्ट 27 lakhs to 28 lakhs एवरेज।
ओके, सो मतलब जितना हमारे पास फंड्स है सो दैट्स फॉर अप्रॉक्स 85 स्क्रीन्स, अप्रॉक्स 80 to 85 स्क्रीन्स।
नहीं, इसमें थोड़ा डिफर करेंगे क्योंकि पता है एक स्क्रीन लगती है।
सॉरी सर, आपकी आवाज कट रही, कैन यू प्लीज रिपीट?
हाँ, तो आई एम सेइंग एक सिनेमा के अंदर 3 स्क्रीन होते हैं नॉर्मली, और 3 स्क्रीन में से एक ही स्क्रीन ऐसे होते हैं आपके 27.5 lakh का जो 2K प्रोजेक्टर बोलते हैं विच इज कॉल्ड द DCI प्रोजेक्टर, वो एक स्क्रीन में लगता है। बाकी 2 में नॉन DCI लगता है, वो करीब 5-5.5 लाख का प्रोजेक्टर होता है। और जो हमारे लग्जूरियस मॉडल बनते हैं उसमें हम एक स्पेक्ट्रम So the good news over here is that once we receive the fund, we again renegotiate with the project.
Sir, your voice is cracking. I cannot understand. आपने स्पेक्ट्रा से क्या बोला था कि स्पेक्ट्रा की कॉस्ट?
मैं ये बोल रहा था कि फिर उसके बाद द गुड न्यूज इज कि हमने पोस्ट आईपीओ आई एम ऑडिबल राइट?
Yes, now it's better. Thank you.
Okay. So हमने post IPO the great news is we again renegotiated with the projector guys. और वो जो 27.5 लाख का प्रोजेक्टर था उसको हमने 27 लाख में रीनेगोशिएट किया, तो वी हैव रिड्यूस द प्राइस अगेन. उसके ऊपर से वो जो 5-1 लाख का प्रोजेक्टर था उसमें भी हमने करीब 1-8 लाख का रीनेगोशिएट किया उनसे कि भाई हम तो बल्क में खरीदने वाले हैं आपसे, आई नीड अ बेटर प्राइस.
Okay. And I think the Spectra की cost must be the highest now. What's that?
Yes. So Spectra भी इतना हाईएस्ट नहीं है, वो भी अराउंड 17-18 लाख जाता है पर ऑडिटोरियम, बिकॉज वी डोंट, आई मीन आवर सिनेमाज आर स्मार्ट और हमारे स्क्रीन साइज करीब 22-24 फीट बाय 10 फीट जितना होता है ऑन एन एवरेज, तो वो बहुत ज्यादा बड़ा नहीं होता है, एंड दैट दिस कम्स इन अ गुड प्राइस पॉइंट अराउंड 20 लाख के आसपास.
Okay. So, like, just the last question. How?
Sorry, sir, her line got disconnected, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. The next question comes from the line of Diya Jain from Sapphire Capital. Please go ahead. Diya Jain, your line is unmuted. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for taking my question. So I just wanted to understand how much of our revenue comes from franchise fees and movie exhibition, advertising. Can you give the percentage mix?
As of now,
Yes, madam. We are giving a breakup of our turnover. 1 minute. Just a minute. Yes. We have generated a revenue of 29.85 crore from the income from setting up a cinema, 25 crore of income from selling of a ticket, 3 crore income from revenue share from F&B, and 1 crore 12 lakhs from advertisement income, 1 crore 12 lakhs from other revenue sharing income, and 1 crore 7 lakhs from VPF income. And rest is our miscellaneous income.
All right, sir. And if I understood correctly, you are adding 60 to 70 new screens in the second half and next year, right?
Yes.
And also, Connplex is more of a mini theater, right, compared to the normal theater?
I'm correcting one. We have a total 66 screen as on 31st March 2025, and we have planned to increase 60 screens in the whole 25-26, whole year 25-26. So we have increased 22 screens in the first half year. 17 screen in the first half year, and rest we are doing our best in second half year.
All right, sir. So Connplex is basically a mini theater, right, compared to the normal theater, like PVR?
Yes.
And you said that your ATP is going to increase further from 243, while your competitors PVR, their ATP is 150.
I believe PVR's ATP is not 150. I'm not sure what is the ATP, but it is about 200 only. Last year, our ATP was 229, and this year we have increased our ATP by 243 rupees. From 229 to 243.
All right, sir. And what kind of revenue growth do we expect this year and also for FY27?
Revenue growth, like we are expecting a good revenue growth, but I'm not sure whether I'm able to share the future data over this meeting.
Okay, sir. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. In the interest of time, participants are requested to restrict to 2 questions in the initial round and join back the queue for more questions. The next question comes from the line of Abhishek Somani, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Can you hear me?
Yes, Abhishek. If you can be a bit louder, it would be really helpful to us.
Is it better now, sir?
Yes. Yes, Mr. Abhishek, it is better now.
Yes. Yes. Sir, I wanted to understand about the setting up of cinema fee. So last year we have earned around 49 crores from opening 17 screens. And this H1 FY26, the income from setting up of cinema fee is 29 crore, 29.86 for the same 17 screen. So why there is so much drop in the per screen revenue from this particular screen?
Yeah. So what happened currently in H1 we have started 17 screens operational, but we have already ready 16 screens which we are awaiting for the licensing. Okay. So the part revenue is recognized for that 16 screens, which is not operational yet, which will be operational in Q3.
Okay. So that will be fully operational in Q3, but we have recognized the partial revenue for these 16 screens, right?
Yeah, because our cinema making work is completed at site, so that we have recognized our income.
And sir, I wanted to understand the margin profile of these two businesses, because our 50% of business is coming from the cinema fee settings, and another 50% would be coming from the exhibition and F&B side. So you have told earlier that we have an arrangement of 80-20 split with the franchisees and royalties. So 20% royalty we would be getting on our exhibition income. So I wanted to understand, like, if we are getting only 20% of the overall EBITDA or overall operations margin, so isn't like it would be roughly 10% EBITDA on the exhibition side of the business? Because suppose even if we are earning 50% EBITDA on the exhibition, but we are getting only 20% of that number, so our effective EBITDA should be around 10% only. So that adds to the another question that since on the exhibition side we are having so much lower EBITDA margin, what is the reason that we are having a very high margins on the setting up of cinema fees income? Did you get my question or should I repeat it?
Yes, sir. I've got your point. But in that case, we cannot exactly calculate 20% of rest of the 50% of operational income, because in some of the income in that case we are getting a 100% or 90% margin. In that case, we have not any expenditure regarding the said income, like our revenue sharing from the convenience fees received from any portal. So in convenience fees received from the any portal, we don't have to share any revenue share to the franchisee or other persons. Second one, we are getting a VPF income. So in that case, we also don't have to share any share of the franchisee. So in that case, we got 80 to 100% profit in the said income. So we cannot exactly calculate 20% royalty income from the rest of the operational turnover. I hope you got my point.
Yeah, I got your point, but currently it is on a very lower side. Your, convenience fees, VPF and everything put together, I can see it is around 2.3 crores only. So rest of the income is coming from F&B and movie exhibition. So that should be the major portion of our revenue from the exhibition side of the business.
No, sir. No. I want to correct. If you have gone through our breakup, we have got रॉयल्टी इनकम जो हमने रिकॉर्ड किया है 3 करोड़ का F&B के अंदर, वो पूरा प्योरली हमारा रॉयल्टी इनकम है। तो उसके अंदर हमें कोई 20% का शेयरिंग नहीं करना है सर, वो प्योरली रॉयल्टी इनकम है। Because F&B whole income are booked on the books of franchisee, and we are getting a 20% royalty from that case.
Okay. Sir, got it. And ये sir last question, जो 29.86 crore we are showing as a franchisee fees oblique cinema making income. तो इसमें what we are doing for the franchisees? I mean, we are setting up the entire infrastructure, right? And they are paying us for that capex spending, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So how this business works, like the franchisee pays us the project fees, and where, like we build the cinema as per the company standard, as per the Connplex standard, because we want to maintain our standard across India, just like, like McDonald's or Domino's. So all the cinemas will be having 3 different models, and the franchisee pays for, like the selected model, and we build the cinema as per our, design, SOP, or the requirements within that location or the, area. So in that, we have a margin, as correctly said by Poojan.
Okay, thank you. So going forward, sir, because we will be constructing a lot of screens in next 2 to 3 years, so can we rightly assume that most of the margins, good margins are going to come from this stream of setting up of cinema fee, and lower margin would be for the exhibition side of the business. Is it the fair assumption? Because that is what I can understand currently.
Yes. So I would differ here. What will happen is, eventually when we had around 60 screens, the split was say 50-50. Screens जैसे बढ़ेंगे वैसे जैसे suppose 120-150 screens live हो जाएंगे, तो royalty income और ये जो income है ये over a period making के ऊपर आता जाएगा. Eventually the core structure of the company is royalty. Once we cross around 200 screens, we will have almost अब समझो 70% से ज्यादा income royalty का ही होगा फिर उस बार.
ओके, तो ये काफी बढ़ चुका होगा उस टाइम पे. सो
हाँ टॉप लाइन
इसका margin it would look lower than the setting up of cinema fee, right? Because top line भी काफी बढ़ चुका होगा that time जब हमारा 70% royalty से income आएगा तब.
हाँ
ओके, क्लियर.
तो इवेंचुअली क्या है कि ये नंबर ऑफ ऑपरेशनल स्क्रीन से रिलेटेड है. जैसे स्क्रीन बढ़ते जाएंगे वैसे ये मेकिंग का इनकम देखो. एनीवेज वी हैव अ गुड ऑर्डर बुक राइट नाउ, तो आने वाले 2 साल तक तो मेकिंग इनकम अच्छा रहने ही वाला है. बट पोस्ट दैट भी नए सिनेमा तो साइन अप होते ही रहते हैं. आज भी लास्ट मंथ वी साइन अप अराउंड 22 न्यू स्क्रीन्स. तो कई बार क्या होता है, साइन अप आज होता है, वो रियल एस्टेट मेरे को 6 महीना 12 महीना बाद मिलता है. फिर उसमें मेरा काम शुरू होता है, 3-4 महीना मेरा सिनेमा बन के लाइसेंस आने में लगता है. तो इवेंचुअली वो हमारा that vacuum is there for making the screens operational. Not in every project, but in few projects.
Okay, sir. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Amit Bhatt from MIT Engineers. Please go ahead.
Hi, Amit ji.
Mr. Amit Bhatt, your line is unmuted. Please go ahead with your question.
Hello.
Yes, Amit ji.
Yeah. Actually, the first question is, how many screens were operational as of March FY25?
66. March, we had 66 screens, sir.
FY25, how many screens were operational?
For March 25, right? 24-25.
Yeah, I'm talking about the last financial year. And?
66. So last financial we had 66 screens which were operational.
In this FY26, you are planning adding, new 63 screens, right?
Yes.
And these 63 screens are going to be operational, or it will take time to get operational?
No, it should be operational.
Okay. So the first question is, historical H2 is stronger than H1 for our company, or there is no seasonality involved?
There is little bit seasonality, but इतना ज़्यादा difference नहीं है.
ओके, तो हम ये मान सकते हैं कि H2 के अंदर, यानी अभी H1 में हमने कुछ 17 स्क्रीन ऐड की है, राइट, ऑपरेशनल, और अभी नेक्स्ट यानी हमने H2 के अंदर हम अराउंड अबाउट 40 to 45 स्क्रीन ऐड करने जा रहे हैं.
So 41 screens to meet the target, it should be 41 more screens. Right now we are at 88 operational.
तो अभी हमारा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जैसे कि H1 में 17 स्क्रीन ऑपरेशनल हुए, H2 में 40 होंगे, तो रेवेन्यू में क्या होगा? यानी जैसे रेवेन्यू पे उसकी इफेक्ट कैसे होगी? ये आप पैसा, जैसे ये 40 स्क्रीन है, उसका पैसा सारा रेवेन्यू में कन्वर्ट होगा कि वो आगे चला जाएगा? वो उसके कैसे मैकेनिज्म है वो, दैट वी वांट टू नो.
नहीं, देखो, जिनका सिनेमा बन जाएगा उनकी रेवेन्यू रिकॉग्नाइज हो जाएगी. जो बनने में है वो रेवेन्यू रिकॉग्नाइज वन गो में नहीं होगा.
ओके, सो जैसे H1 में आपने 17 स्क्रीन ऑपरेशनल किए, ठीक है, तो उसका ऑपरेशनल का जो आपको फी मिला, और H2 के अंदर ऑलमोस्ट डबल है हमारा टारगेट, तो कैन बी एज्यूम हमारे रेवेन्यू में डबल रेवेन्यू हम वी कैन क्लॉक इन दी H2 इन दैट पर्टिकुलर सेगमेंट?
आप ऑपरेशनल जो रॉयल्टी रेवेन्यू है वो डबल होगा.
हाँ, वही मैं बता रहे हैं. और साथ में हमारे जैसे स्क्रीन बढ़ते जाएंगे, हमारे बाकी के जो रेवेन्यू स्ट्रीम्स हैं वो भी किक इन करेंगे, राइट? जैसे कि आप क्योंकि हम अकेला तो ये स्क्रीन तो बनाते नहीं, उसके बाद भी हमारी रेवेन्यू तो काफी अलग अलग स्ट्रीम से आती है, कि जैसे एडवर्टाइजिंग है, इवेंट्स हैं, तो दैट यू नो बढ़ता जाएगा. दिस रेवेन्यू ऑल्सो आपका बढ़ता जाएगा, राइट?
हाँ, देखो, जितने स्क्रीन ऑपरेशनल होंगे उसमें रिलेटिवली वो रेवेन्यू तो बढ़ेगा ही. 50 स्क्रीन में जो रेवेन्यू था उसके बदले जब 100 स्क्रीन होगा तो रेवेन्यू बढ़ेगा ही उस हिसाब से. दिस इज मोर और लेस रिलेटिव टू द नंबर ऑफ स्क्रीन ऑपरेशनल.
बढ़ जाए, यानी जितने स्क्रीन बढ़ते जाएंगे तो एक तो स्क्रीन बढ़ाने के टाइम पे हमें पैसा जनरेट होगा, वो एक अच्छा खासा होगा. सेकेंडली कि हमारे जो मेन बिजनेस है हमारा टिकटिंग, एडवर्टाइजिंग, उसमें भी हमारा रेवेन्यू जनरेट होता जाएगा. नाउ ये एक सवाल है सर कि ये जो ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म, विद द राइज ऑफ द ओटीटी कंजम्पशन, व्हाट यूनिक एक्सपीरियंस और इनोवेशन आर वी इंट्रोड्यूसिंग टू कीप थिएटर फुटफॉल स्ट्रांग? क्योंकि अगर अच्छी है नॉर्मली समझो 3-4 महीने, तो व्हाट यू नो यूनिक थिंग्स और इनोवेशन वी कैन डू और इंट्रोड्यूस टू कीप द थिएटर्स फुटफॉल स्ट्रांग?
सो अभी जब फ्लैक्स सीजन होता है, एक तो री रिलीज होता है मूवीज का, and number 2 is that Connplex, we have a very smart space, so we also utilize this space for private event and private screening and everything. So we rent out the space also to people. Last year we did more than 300 events like this. A few of the banks, they take our cinemas as rental for their private event and everything. So in flex time we do this kind of activity, but what we have seen this year is a lot of regional content, like, regional content for the cinemas in Gujarat. The regional content is picking up, and a lot of good movies in Gujarati are doing well.
Right.
And these movies typically release in off season only, because they don't release, on the same date of a blockbuster.
Understand. And sir, which regions or a city are showing the fastest growth potential? क्योंकि क्या है कि जैसे अभी जैसे अहमदाबाद में हो आप, और एक आजू बाजू के छोटे छोटे गांव है, तो ये कौन सा जो टारगेट एरिया है हमारा फास्टेस्ट आने वाले टाइम में, वो कंपनी इज थिंकिंग? क्योंकि देखो सिटी के अंदर क्या है कि अगर जैसे एक एरिया में आपने 2 या 3 थिएटर्स डाल दिए, बाद में वहां पे वो और भी आपके सामने जो पीयर्स होंगे वो भी करेंगे. तो आपका क्या मानना है, विच रीजन्स और सिटी टीयर्स आर शोइंग द फास्टेस्ट पोटेंशियल ग्रोथ इन द कमिंग ईयर्स?
देखो, सबसे फास्टेस्ट तो टीयर 2 और 3 चल रहा है अभी. नो डाउट वी हैव सिनेमाज इन टीयर 1 एंड मेट्रोज ऑल्सो, बट सबसे अच्छा अभी जो मार्केट है वो विद लेसर रेंटल्स एंड एवरीथिंग, जहाँ पे नंबर्स बहुत अच्छे बैठते हैं, और टीयर 2 टीयर 3 का स्पेंडिंग कैपेसिटी भी काफी अच्छा है अभी. एंड सिनेमा इज द ओनली एंटरटेनमेंट दे हैव. प्लस बहुत सारे रीजन में हमारा वी आर दी ओनली वन सिनेमा इनटू, जैसे आप समझो सिवान है, भागलपुर है, तो यहाँ पे कॉम्प्लेक्स इज द ओनली सिनेमा. फिर हमने पुणे के बाजू में अहमदनगर में एक सिनेमा खोला है, तो उसमें अभी तो वी हैव अदर सिनेमाज, बट उसमें पिछले 3 साल में से 2-2.5 साल तक हमारा अकेले का ही सिनेमा था वहाँ पे.
ओके, तो सर आप ये एज्यूम कर सकते हैं कि
sorry to interrupt, Mr. Bhatt. Could you please join back the queue?
The last question.
I'm
Because
really sorry,
we are...
sir. Could you please join back the queue so we have more questions now? Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Pankaj Panigrahi, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, Pankaj.
Yeah. So, 2 सवाल है. एक इनफैक्ट क्लैरिफिकेशन है. फर्स्ट इज लेट्स से end of 2027 we plan to add 150 screens. Let's say हम 2027 में आ गए 150 स्क्रीन ऐड कर दिए, ठीक है, गुड. व्हाट आफ्टर दैट, राइट? तो बेसिकली आप इसको 3-5 साल में कॉम्प्लेक्स को कहाँ देखते हो, एंड हाउ मेनी स्क्रीन्स डू यू थिंक वी विल हैव बाय 2030, एंड एट व्हाट पॉइंट यू थिंक कि हम लोग नई स्क्रीन ऐड करना, मतलब इट विल स्टैग्नेट एंड द रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम रॉयल्टी विल पिकअप. तो कैन यू गिव ए सेंस अराउंड दैट? एंड सेकंड क्वेश्चन मेरा ये है कि जो मूवी एग्जीबिशन से लगभग 25 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू रिकॉग्नाइज हुआ है, that is the entire movie exhibition, that the टिकट का रेवेन्यू है, राइट? इसमें से 80% तो फ्रेंचाइजी को जाएगा. इज दैट ए करेक्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
यस.
So लगभग 25 करोड़ में से 5 करोड़ हमें मिलेंगे एंड 20 करोड़ विल बी शेयर्ड विद ऑल द फ्रेंचाइजी इन द मूवी एग्जीबिशन कैटेगरी. इज दैट करेक्ट?
नहीं, एग्जैक्टली वैसे नहीं है, क्योंकि ये 25 करोड़ में से आप समझो कि मैंने F&B का जो इनकम है ना, वो मेरे बुक्स में नहीं लिया है. तो इसमें से फॉर एग्जाम्पल
वो तो 3 करोड़ अलग आपने स्पेसिफाई किया है ना, 3 करोड़ 15 लाख F&B.
तो इसमें
तो मेरे को ये समझना है कि वाई आर वी डूइंग कि F&B का 20% हम लोग हमारे बुक पे कॉल आउट करते हैं एंड मूवी एग्जीबिशन का पूरा 100% कॉल आउट करते हैं, जबकि 80% तो फ्रेंचाइजी को जाएगा. तो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट.
तो F&B में क्या है कि अगर मेरे बुक्स पे रिकॉग्नाइज किया, फिर उसको रेवेन्यू शेयर दिया, तो फिर अगेन उसको 18% GST पे कंक्लूड होता है वो. तो F&B it's always the structure is such कि it's good to keep it in their books because of the GST thing.
ओके, बट वो GST तो फिर फ्रेंचाइजी को भी लगेगा ना?
और उसके लिए तो 5% ही है, जो अगर मैं भी रखता है मेरे बुक पे, तो मैं 5% तो देने ही वाला था F&B पे, बट फिर रेवेन्यू शेयर पे 18% और GST देना पड़ता है मुझे उसको.
ओके, गॉट इट. एंड वो टिकट के केस में वो नहीं है?
हाँ, टिकट के केस में वो है, बट टिकट के केस में सामने GST आपको क्रेडिट मिल जाता है. F&B का GST आपको क्रेडिट नहीं मिलता है.
ओके, तो बेसिकली ये 25 करोड़ में से फिर 5 करोड़ ही हमें मूवी एग्जीबिशन का कॉम्प्लेक्स का हिस्सा मानना चाहिए, राइट?
और फिर इसमें यस, आप कंक्लूड किया आगे क्वेश्चन को.
नहीं, प्लीज फिनिश.
तो एक रेवेन्यू एक ऐसा भी है जिसको हम VPF बोलते हैं. तो ये वर्चुअल प्रिंट फी जो है ना, ये डिजिटल प्रोजेक्टर्स जिनके लगते हैं सिनेमा में, उनको मिलता है. तो वी जनरेट अ ग्रेट अमाउंट ऑफ VPF ऑल्सो, विच इज 100% विथ अस.
ओके, ठीक है.
तो ये VPF अभी 1 करोड़ 12 लाख जितना है, बट विद द नंबर ऑफ ऑपरेशनल सिनेमाज इवेंचुअली इट विल गो टू 3-4 करोड़ रुपीज.
ठीक है, फेयर इनफ. तो
वो VPF भी 100% हमारा है. तो VPF अलग से है, F&B अलग से. फिर आप जो है ये उसमें आप रॉयल्टी ले लो टिकटिंग में से.
ओके, ठीक है. एंड फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे एनी थॉट? No. Sorry. My first question has not been answered. I just asked two questions. First question is
On a longer, yes. On a longer horizon, by 2030, we aspire to make our cinemas, make the screens around 4 digit, that is 1,000 screens in coming 5 years operational. That is our big, hairy, audacious goal for the company.
Okay. And what after that, sir?
So India as a market, we have just 9,500 screens compared to US having 45,000 screens and China having more than 75,000 screens. So there is a huge scope of adding another 25,000 screens to this country, because we are very rich by content and we produce and release a lot of movies which are by far the highest. So eventually these type of amicable model, once we pick up the pace in our country, eventually India will have India will double the number of screens. And even the government is taking initiative and they are supporting in few of the states. So आने वाले time में, in a longer period, there would be around the screen count would be doubling up. Because ये जो 9,500 screens है, इसमें आज भी 6,000 तो single screens है. वो जो सिंगल स्क्रीन सिनेमास, तो नए टेक्नोलॉजी और नया मल्टीप्लेक्स एंड मिनीप्लेक्स में तो अभी हार्डली वी हैव लेस देन 5,000.
Got it. Thank you, sir. I'll join the queue again.
Thank you. Next, we have a follow-up question from Shruti Malpani from Art AAF. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. I just had one question. So अभी हमारे पास जो order book if we are seeing, वो for H2 कितनी है that we can aspire to complete in the H2? For how many screens and not like cinemas?
So H2 में अभी हमारे पास around 41 screens का target है, जिसमें से 16 plus screens तो हमारी ऐसे 16 और 2 अभी और मुंद्रा में है हमारी. तो 18 स्क्रीन आसपास हमारी बन के दे रही है और ये स्क्रीन कभी भी शुरू हो जाएगी. जैसे फ्यू ऑफ द सिनेमाज आर रेडी इन पटना, बिकॉज आफ्टर गुजरात वी हैव द हाईएस्ट नंबर ऑफ सिनेमाज इन बिहार. तो वहां पे अभी इलेक्शन खत्म होते ही हमारे काफी सिनेमा के लाइसेंसेस पेंडिंग है, तो वो शुरू होते ही कभी भी ये स्क्रीन शुरू हो जाएंगे हमारे. तो फिर हमारे पास आने वाले 3 महीने 4 महीने के लिए हार्डली 20 एक सिनेमा का 20-22 स्क्रीन का टारगेट बाकी रहता है. एंड आई थिंक इफ एवरीथिंग गोज गुड विल सरपास द टारगेट ऑल्सो.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Naveen Soni, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. My question is like, if you can give any guidance for FY26 or 27.
Guidance as in?
Guidance like in revenue terms or percentage terms in comparison to FY25 numbers.
All right. So, I'm sure I'm not been able to share all the numbers, future numbers over this meeting, but what we can tell you is we have order book ready for about next 2 years. Well, we'll be introducing around 50 to 60 screens by this financial year end, and we'll be adding another 60 to 75 screens by next financial year end, which is FY27.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Right. Thanks.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Sunny, an individual investor. Please go ahead. Mr. Sunny,
hello,
your
Mr.
line
Sunny.
is unmuted. Please go ahead with your question.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Sunny.
So I have one clarification. So the ticket cost is 100 rupees. So we are getting 20 rupees as a royalty fee, right? So in our revenues, we will add 100 or 20?
No, see, if we add the total revenue into the because all the revenue comes to us, so we'll add the total revenue after GST.
Okay. So we'll add 100 rupees into the revenue.
Yes.
Okay. And what is the margin for our EPC business, like the construction of theaters?
Approximately 30%.
Okay, 30%. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Next, we have a follow-up question from Pankaj Panigrahi, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hey, thanks again. So, one thing I wanted to know, why is the operating cash flow in negative? What's the primary reason for that? And the second question I have is, sir, आप cinemas तक ही limited, are you focusing only on cinemas for next 3-4 years, or do you also plan to get into other entertainment like gaming and other things?
No, sir. We are focusing only on cinema.
Okay. Because somewhere in one of the news article, I had read that you also plan to get into gaming by the name of Connplex. So I just was curious if that is true, or do you have any plans around that, or is it just like?
So it was a part of the like cinema thing, because we want to.
So your voice is not very audible. Your voice is not very clear.
That was a plan of the cinema itself, because we wanted to introduce a small, like gaming place within the cinema only. But it was, it was planned before 2 years. And in future, if we get a chance to introduce a small gaming thing, जैसे हम लोग सिनेमा के अंदर कैफे इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं, जिसका कैफे का नाम हमारा रहता है सिने ब्रू, वैसे इट्स पार्ट ऑफ द सिनेमा. कहीं ना कहीं अगर कोई ऐसा लोकेशन है जहाँ पे इट इज viable to introduce like a small gaming thing for the kids, where parents can enjoy the movie while kids are playing it within the game zone. So that was it. But currently we are only focusing towards the cinemas.
Okay. And on the cash flow from operations, right, that seems to be negative. So can you shed some light on that? Why is that running into negative? Because
actually, from the cash flow, you can also verify that we have very much invested or increased our working capitals.
For the upcoming screens that we plan to expand in 2027, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is primarily,
and we are finishing our cinemas very fast, so that our debtors are also increasing.
What is increasing? Sorry?
Debtors, trade receivables.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Pranav Pal from Prudent Equity. Please go ahead.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yeah, so my question was, this order book that you said of 200 screens, are these confirmed franchisee agreements or the franchisee are yet to be established?
So इसमें से काफी लोगों का, so we have a process of doing an LOI with the franchisee first, and that LOI is more or less an outline of the franchise agreement. But more or less काफी लोगों का LOI तो सबका हो गया, और सबका एक पर स्क्रीन 5 लाख रुपए का फ्रेंचाइजी फीस होता है, यानी पर सिनेमा 15 लाख रुपए अपफ्रंट एंड नॉन रिफंडेबल होता है. वो पैसा भी ऑलमोस्ट सभी का आ गया, ऑलमोस्ट सारे लोगों का आ गया. Franchisee agreements, most of them are done and few are in process, but the documentation is almost done with almost franchisees. I mean, upcoming franchisees.
That's good to hear. And one other question I had was, any update on the occupancy levels? What's that currently?
So right now we had, and this time occupancy level 32%. So अभी है ना हमारा जो occupancy ये first half में increase हुआ, it is from it improved 2% from last year. We had 30%, and this year we had 32% increase in the occupancy. But occupancy normally H2 में काफी अच्छा रहता है, looking at the festive season and everything. You know, Eid and Diwali पे काफी blockbuster अच्छा release रहता है. This year also we have good release.
Okay. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. As there are no further questions, I now hand over the floor to the management for closing comments.
Thank you, everyone. On behalf of the management of Connplex Cinemas Limited, we thank you all for joining us on our post-earnings call today. We hope we have been able to address majority of your queries. You may reach out to me or our investor relation partner, EY, for any further queries that you may have, and they would connect with you offline. Moderator, we can now close the call. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your conference for today. Thank you for your participation and for using Dusabas conference call service. You may disconnect your lines now. Thank you and have a pleasant day.